Hey, lovely souls. How many out there are currently struggling with mental health issues and physical issues in terms of your musculoskeletal system, back pain? Because there's so much unearthing and going on right now, which is bringing so much up into the surface for us. So it'll be mental health, old belief systems churning away, and also from a musculoskeletal, the lower back, because I have actually seen that our bones are regenerating. Okay. I'm seeing this in clinic in terms of actually this old constructs of mind, these old belief systems, these old patterns that we to feel safe. We're moving, needing to move from feeling in survival to thriving. So anything that has us sat in survival mode is needing to be shifted through us. It needs to be released through our bodies. Okay. So I'm going to be hosting a guided meditation and visualization journey tomorrow, which is Sunday. And I'm actually going to tune in to the bone structure to actually really support this regeneration, this restructuring, this realignment. And this is this year of the snake. So this is actually what relates to our spine. It's our kundalini, it's our life force. For a snake to be able to grow, it has to be able to let go. It needs to release the whole skin of itself to enable to be its fuller self. We are going through this. Our bones are going through this. Our bones aren't solid. They are fluid. And actually, this is about bringing more an integrity, a strength within the bones, like a crystallization, because there are crystals in our bones. And this is about activating that so they become stronger and more hollow to enable this flow. So we actually become stronger, like a bird feathers bone. It's that structure, but there's a lightness to it. So we actually are lightening in ourselves. We're lightening our minds, we're lightening our body, we're actually releasing and purging, but we can feel so dense when we're going through this in terms of just feeling like we're wading through shite, basically. And it isn't pleasant. And the belief systems, as they're purging, they literally just turn up into our heads. And we need to be able to break the pattern that keeps us in thought and emotion in that negative spiral, because we'll just keep repeating. What we need to do is create space. We need to create a pattern breaker to start to remember that actually our real truth is love, joy, and peace. And even though we're not feeling that as these negative thoughts come up through our limbic system, through our body as it's purging, we need to be able to know, okay, this is just clearing. I call it, I'm shifting my shite, not losing it, okay? Or I'm breaking free, not breaking down. And when it gets really intense, I go into a mantra of I choose love, I choose joy, I choose peace. I'm worthy of love, I'm worthy of joy, I'm worthy of peace. I am love, I am joy, and I am peace. And I keep repeating that. Now, the more you can do that when you're feeling in a positive mood, you'll really start to help yourself embody that neuroplasticity, really changing the shift of the brain. You've got to realize we need to have different gear sets in our mind to move to, because if they're not there, we're not going to be able to shift it. So the more we can practice and create these new gear linings, our new neuroplasticity, new ways of thought, when we are feeling it, we know we can shift to something else rather than feeling like we're completely lost out at sea. Okay. So I'll be doing a guided meditation, and it's more than just a bit of peace. It's actually really tuning in to the wisdom and the insight of your body. We are far more powerful than we realize. And the work that I'm trying to do through Love to Heal, my book, my online course, through my one-to-one work, this is really about understanding that you're far more powerful than you give credit, or even we're being allowed to feel that we are, because we need to shift these old patterns, these victim energies, this helpless, this hopeless. We will feel like we're wading through treacle right now, and I want to give you that light, that space, that SOS, that you can step out and through this and know that there is an alternative. Okay, often when we're stuck in this, we feel like there's no way out. And it just keeps us rendered in this victim energy mode. Okay, so this visualization is actually really important, and we can do this. So this is about remembering the power you are, okay? So I'm going to read to you from my book, Love to Heal. Listen, observe, visualize, empower. This is the whole concept of using higher emotional frequency of love, joy, peace, gratitude, to start creating these neuroplasticities, so the brain goes, not this, this isn't my truth, this is what I'm going to do. So Love to Heal. And I want to read the base chakra part to you because it links the emotional and the physical and the mental and then the energetics of it all. So how I explain to this in this book is this is actually the body seeks reconnection. And this is about understanding the language of your body as it seeks reconnection through pain and disease. And it's giving you that. So when your body is showing you something, you know there's a lesson, you know there's a level of disconnect to self, and the body is purely seeking you to reconnect through love, unconditional love, okay, to be in joy. And it's not there to hurt you, harm you, get on your nerves. This is actually about it's changing the mindset to know that actually the body is working in your favor. And when we've come out of alignment, it's trying to get us back into coherence, because when we live in coherence, when we're living to our blueprint, the DNA, the pure DNA, that what we are living in health. It's when we're not living in alignment, not living in coherence, when the body becomes completely fractured from itself, doesn't know what it's up to, it's not communicating, connecting as one. This is when we have issues that spiral out of control, which eventually can lead to cancer. And because that's a complete disconnect to the body, which is interesting as well, is because the mindset that is said is that we're fighting against cancer. And actually, cancer, when you talk about that you're fighting against yourself, you're harming yourself, you're negative at your body. Just think what you're doing. And it's proven it with water, with how um, we give emotions can change the structure of water. And we're 70% water. So if you're giving yourself those emotional negative thoughts, that's what you're doing to your cells. So this is the power of the mind, the power of the connection of your body, okay? So the base chakra relates and encompasses the lower limbs from the soles of the feet to the hips. I feel like I'm doing a bedtime story. Very well. Hope you enjoy it. And the whole musculoskeletal system to have solidarity and integrity to hold and support flexibility and strength. The endocrine system related to the base chakra are the adrenal glands, which have an intrinsic relationship with the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, the HPA. So it's all to do about our emotions and our limbic system. So it's really how safe we feel will be subject to what our hormones are doing. Okay. So anybody who thinks they've got hormone issues, all comes back to the foundation of the base chakra. So this releases cortisol, the stress hormone. The axis affects the circulatory system, producing heat, thermoregulatory functions, inflammation, and can manifest as anxiety, as well as the other symptoms of adrenal imbalance. So anyone with menopause, perimenopause, this will be really important for you too. So persistent, unexplained fatigue. Waking up and feeling still unrefreshed from a good night's sleep. Brain fog, impaired memory. I need to work on my base chakra too. So muscle aches and joint pains, tiring easily after minor exertion, decreased capacity to handle stress, and mild depression. Okay, this is really about how our bodies are just highly in sympathetic nervous system, which is the fight flight. Okay, if really bad, we go into freeze mode, which is where it's just in nothing, it's just stuck. Okay, so it's constantly in that heightened stress trauma response, rather than the parasympathetic, which is the calming rest, sleep, breathe. That is all that kind of, when the digestive system can relax and to heal itself. So if we're not feeling positive or lively or anything like that, we need to really be looking into our nervous system. And this is what I do with my work with the one-to-one through the somatics, is that actually you, through the skin and the nervous system are connected. That's from the embryo system, literally when you were in the womb, is that your skin and nervous system are one of the same thing. And nothing can happen, nothing can heal until your nervous system feels safe. So we are going through a huge upheaval, unearthing, which can make us feel completely unsafe right now. So everybody's survival mode is really being triggered. Okay, and we have to be able to create different foundations, different ways of feeling safe, to trust, to be relaxed, so our whole bodies can switch from these heightened nervous stress, cortisol patterns to calmer, to restoration, to better sleep. It's really important, okay? And also the organs specific to this chakra are the bladder, kidneys, and prostate. So again, if you're getting urgencies with your bladder, kidneys, you'll often feel like lower back pain, more like a real deep ache rather than a musculoskeletal area. And obviously the prostate, again, that will be leading to sort of possibly regularly needing to go to the toilet. The nervous system includes the coccygeal plexus and the sciatic nerve. So again, if that is running and that's causing you problems, there's a lot possibly triggering your survival pattern, okay? Which runs from the buttocks to the soles of the feet. I've found through many clients, any impact of the coccyx area can have a lasting effect of shock absorbed within the dura, which is the part of the central nervous system, and sometimes into the liver and kidneys, which are also the body's shock absorbers, emotionally and physically. So if you ever had like a drunken fall on your ass, that can also have a massive effect on your whole neural system, okay? When you've landed on your coccyx, I know people have felt that, they know that, and it's not a pleasant, but the whole body can still stay in shock, and then that affects the whole flow, the cerebral spinal fluid, which is all in the central nervous system. It stops our flow, it stops our rhythm, so it creates stagnancy, okay, which can create tiredness and high levels of toxicity. Can you see where I'm going with this? Okay, everything's connected. Okay, and we just need to start becoming more conscious and aware of ourselves. And the result is that the dura tube, which envelopes the whole central nervous system, shrinks in dehydration as tension, similar to a coiled spring, thus placing stress on the nervous system. So that can create headaches, migraines. Yeah, and then tighter still, then it will come back into the endocrine system, the hormones. The base chakra is about feeling safe and secure in all aspects of your life, to feel supported and to trust this support. From our physical environment, our health, to our finances, which is really being triggered, including our emotional environment in our personal and work life. The question that runs through the base chakra is, am I safe? And am I supported? Which then supports all the other chakras to be balanced. Am I safe to express my desires, which is your sacral energy? Am I safe to take action, which is your solar plexus? Am I safe to be loved and loved, and to be loved and loved, which is your heart? Am I safe to express and be in my truth, which is our throat, which that can get very stuck in there because truth isn't really honoured. And through just in our own experiences, but also what we're seeing in the collective, okay? It then supports our mind to be more of a higher consciousness, to become an observer of self. So once we've balanced one, everything sort of stacks up well. It's like setting up Jenga for the first time. You get the foundation right at the bottom, everything's really wobbly. So once we become more observer of ourselves, we become more aware of our thoughts. Are they fear or are they love? So this is when we start becoming really conscious of what we're up to and who we are, which is then the third eye. For then our choice is to be aware of greatness and greater intention, which completes the whole cycle. So we just keep going through that. So I hope that has given you an understanding and slightly bit of an insight of actually the power that you are, the power that you have with regards to becoming aware of yourself and your body. And actually, your body is here to support you and guide you. It's like a navigational tool, but we've forgotten how to listen to it and to read it and understand it. So my book, Love to Heal, Listen, Observe, Visualize Power. Okay, it's about listening and observing ourselves, recognizing whether it's fear, whether it's love, and then being able to take the visualization through neuroplasticity, through movement, to be able to connect into a higher emotional state through our heart. We can then create the neuroplasticity, and then we become empowered. Okay, so hopefully this has given you some form of ray of light to know that you don't have to stay in a state of feeling stuck, feeling mental health and different issues. There's something you can do. There is a choice. And this has been 16 years of work laid into a book to really get people on their journey to start to be empowered, to know that there's other choices, and that those thoughts that you have in your mind that aren't love and joy and peace aren't your truth. And you can break those patterns. So there you go. Love to heal. I hope you've enjoyed your bedtime story. And if you want your copy, you can get it in hardcover and paper on Amazon. And I will drop a link under this video. But equally, just go on Amazon, Love with a 2, number 2, Heal. Your health is in your hands. And there you will have it. A book of yours to start your journey. All right. Lots of love and thank you for listening. Take care.